Hey y'all, Cecile here. I am here with my friend Christine Gautreaux. A day is off today, and welcome to Playing with Possibilities. Today, well, first let me introduce myself. I was getting ready to skip right over that because I feel like y'all know me already. All right, so my name is Cecile. I am a Black woman. I use she, her pronouns. I am, you know what? I don't know what land I'm on today. I'm in Williamsburg, Virginia. I don't know if this is the land of the Kicatan or is this a different land. I need to look that up. So anyway, I am in the land that is colonized as Williamsburg, Virginia. Today, I am the founder of Inspired by Indigo, an online membership community where I guide folks to let go of blame, shame, and guilt so they can make equity a habit. Every month, we go through 4 steps to support that. And I'm going to put it up. Those steps are self-care, know your facts, undo the work, and then rest and celebrate. Because when you start with taking care of you, you increase your capacity to hear things that are hard to hear. And then it also makes it easier to go out there and actually do the things that make a difference. And then when you rest and celebrate your progress, you reduce your chance of burnout. Hold on. Gotta find my thing. I'm following my script. All right. So if you are following me on, if you are watching on Facebook, please click follow. If you're watching on YouTube, please click subscribe and then hit that bell so that you can get a notification when we go live. And if you are watching on LinkedIn, please hit follow. All right. And now I'm going to turn it over to you, Christine Gautreaux.
Thank you, my friend. I love that you have all that written out and can remember. I don't have mine pulled up today, so I'm going to totally improv it. Hey, y'all, I'm Christine Gautreaux. I use she, her pronouns. I am zooming in from the ancestral land of the Muskogee Creek, and I did look up Williamsburg, which we'll talk about in just a second, Cecile.
Okay.
And I am a white social justice advocate. I am the co-founder, and co-host of the Women Connected in Wisdom podcast. And I am an author and a speaker and a coach. And I'm a self-care and community care advocate. So I
Mm-hmm.
believe in us being in our bodies and taking care of
Yes.
ourselves in order to take care of our communities. And
Mm-hmm.
I am also a recovering serious person. So I love
Ah,
to play with possibilities.
okay. Well, I'm glad you said that. I'm a recovering serious person, and I think I'm in the early stages of recovery because I get serious in a heartbeat. I laugh and I'm serious at the same time.
I mean, we have to hold both, right? There's so much seriousness to hold. And I have a background, I'm a master level social worker and a social justice advocate. So there are serious things that we address, right?
Hmm.
And I say a recovering serious person because I like to do it with joy and love and laughter. Because if we're
Hmm.
going to sustain ourselves and keep going, whew, we got to use all the tools in our book. So,
Hmm.
right.
Okay.
So I
I'm
pulled
looking
up.
up to the side because I think my family is listening in the other room and it's very loud. So I like hear this echo.
I
I
love
thought
that
they were
they're
watching TV and then I realized it was your voice I was hearing.
in stereo. I'm in stereo today. I love that. I looked up Colonial
Can y'all turn that down just a little
Williamsburg.
bit?
If you want me to, share with you, my friend.
Yes.
So this is from the site colonialwilliamsburg.org.
Hmm.
American Indians were a regular and frequent presence in the 18th century Williamsburg. There were local tributary tribes who were considered subjects of Great Britain by the 18th century, such as the Pamunkey, the Ma-
Pamunkey. Oh, I went to the
the
Pamunkey Indian Reservation that day before
Cool.
yesterday.
The
Mattaponi.
Matopani, say it again.
Mattaponi. Mattaponi.
Mattapani and the
Mhm.
Chickahominy.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then they having quotes foreign Indian tribes who had nation to nation relationships with Great Britain, such as the
Mhm.
Shawnee and the Cherokee, and would
Okay.
come but it sounds like the first three are the ones that it's the ancestral lands. So
Okay. All
very
right. Well,
cool.
I did remember that the Pamunkey is here because I went to the Pamunkey Reservation a couple days ago, and the Mattaponi is. I want to go there. The places are only open on opposite days.
So if you went to the
So
reservation, it's still very present in the area too. That's
yeah,
cool. That's
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
mean, that's
So
one of the things. Can I just say one more? Sorry.
yeah,
I was
go
like,
ahead.
that's one of the things with Native Americans is often we think they're gone and they're not. Like, they're
Oh,
still
no, they're
present.
not gone.
Like, we with our land acknowledgments, we acknowledge if it was ancestral lands, but for those of
Mhm.
y'all that are new to this, like, that's an honoring of the land, but they may still be present. They may not. Like, the Muskogee
Right.
were evicted from this land and sent
Mhm.
on the Trail of Tears to go to Oklahoma. So their
Right.
reservation is now in Oklahoma. So this is their
Mhm.
ancestral land. So that's how I
Right.
name that. But
Okay, well,
yeah, I think, yeah.
as a matter of fact, in the Know Your Facts section this week in Inspired by Indigo, the lesson is about like the history of education. I'm calling it Defund Education because there's a call to defund the Department of Education, and this is a follow-up to the Defund the
Mm.
Police segment that I did last month. And in this segment, I'm talking about land grants and how they got the lands for those land grant schools. And
Right.
there's a GIF that I included. GIF, I don't know how you say it, that I included that shows the United States that it is now, but then it's like colored with the unceded land that was stolen, and then colored a different color for the lands that were stolen through treaties and
Mhm.
uh, what do you call those things? Executive order. And
Mhm.
then when you see all of those colors getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and then it shows you the lands that are reservations now, it's like right in your face that there was this whole space, and now it's like this much is like reservations.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a big deal. Thank you for
it is a
putting
big
that
deal.
together. One of the things I
Mhm.
love about the Inspired by Indigo community and how you do that, Cecile, is like you make it easy for those of us that are a part of your community. Like I
Oh, thank
could,
you.
you take the hours of work that it takes to look at this research, to look at the background and synthesize it and be like, here's your facts. This is as somebody who's busy and running a couple of businesses and dedicated to racial justice work, I just can't tell you how invaluable that is. Like it
Oh,
is,
thank you.
I just want to honor that and lift that up because
Thank you so
it's
much.
powerful. Yeah.
Thank
And
thank you. I just got that same comment from someone on LinkedIn. They were responding to a blog post I did about some new policies coming out of the Biden administration, and they said, "Thank you for just making this bite size, so I don't have to do the research and read all the
well,
policies."
also lifting it up, what you put on LinkedIn recently, I didn't know. And usually I'm pretty in the know about that. So I was like, whoa, I missed this part. So thank
Yeah.
you because
Oh, thank you.
we get so much information. We
Hmm.
know, like, just it's constant, and there are going to be
Yeah.
times we miss stuff or we're not aware of what's going on. And I think it's a huge service you do for people in your community.
Thank
So
you.
thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'm all about making something bite sized, like taking
Hmm.
something big and putting it in little bite
Hmm.
sized chunks so that people can process and keep it going. Because not
Right.
everybody has the time to do the research. So, if I
But
make
it's
that
all
part
our
of what I
work.
do.
I mean,
Right,
it's
it
all our
is.
work, and that's what I wanna
Mhm,
say, and especially, to the white folks about knowing your facts about racism, and this is important to all of us, and,
mhm.
you just make it easy. Like, when people
Ah,
say, "I don't
thank
have
you.
time for that," you have time for that if you're a
You have
part of your
time for that.
community, because yeah, just saying.
That's right, and if you wanna know more about it, there's a link in the, description for
Mhm.
Playing with Possibilities. There's a link to Inspired by Indigo.
Yeah.
Alright, so I was thinking today we could play with 2 possibilities.
Mm.
One is the possibility of having life-changing conversations,
Mhm.
talking about my upcoming workshop, how to talk to your racist friends and family. And then two, the possibility of having a best-selling book on Amazon. Because Christine and I are two of 18 women co-authoring the book Women Connected in Wisdom. And both of those things drop on Tuesday, September 27th. So what do you think?
It's a good day. Tuesday, September. That's
That's a
what
good
I
day.
think. Yes, I'm a yes man. Can we breathe first? Because I'm just
Yes.
so excited to be here, but I'm noticing I'm not really grounded at the moment.
Okay.
So,
All right. Yeah, we can breathe. All right. So I'm inviting everyone to
mm,
pause. If you are sitting up, try to sit up straight with your head over your shoulders, shoulders over your hips. Put your feet flat on the floor if they reach. Mine don't right now. And then just relax your tummy. Let your shoulders come down from your ears if they're up. Notice if you're carrying any tension in your jaw, you can wiggle it around, wiggle it out. And then take a deep belly breath. And then when you're ready, you can exhale at your own pace. And let's do one more. And this time, really focus on expanding your belly. You might feel it on your sides and in your back. Just take a deep inhale. And then let it go with a sigh and a shake. Shake your body out.
Mm.
And then open your eyes. Thank you for that reminder. I was all wired and excited too. I was like, blah, 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 blah.
Well, we had such a great Manifesting Monday mastermind call that,
Mm-hmm.
and we jumped right over here from that I was like, oh, I need
Yeah.
to settle for this conversation. And
Yes.
also, just the noticing as you were doing that grounding, you did a beautiful meditation last night on meditation for persistence. And it's only noon on Monday, and I was already like, "Ooh, I need another one." So, just realizing when the more we have in our life, the more things are
Mm-hmm.
sped up that we have to slow down and take those
Mm-hmm.
pauses. So,
Yeah.
just noticing that for myself, especially.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was the same way.
Right? All
Okay.
right.
So which possibility do you want to play with first?
Oh, let's play with your course first. Let's play with tell
Okay.
me. Tell me.
All right. So it's called How to Talk to Your Racist Friends and Family. This is a course that I ran last year, and it was a totally new format for me. Instead of having people show up live in a Zoom workshop several times to have a discussion, I did audio recordings and people could listen. I dropped one a day, and people could listen throughout the day, however it was easiest for them. And I stuck with my trademark bite-sized lessons, so nothing was more than 20 minutes. And people also got a workbook so that they could actually do the things that I was talking about in the podcast. And that got such a good response. I had like 80 some people that signed up, had more than 30 people that completed the course. All of the reviews were so great. And so I'm running it again. And so I've revamped it, added in a couple of things, and it starts on September 27th. Um, it's going to be 8 days, and so it's going to be an audio course. You get the workbook, and we are going to have 2 Zoom workshops, one to kick off, to answer any questions, one to wrap up to answer any questions for people who've been through the course. And so I believe I put the link in the description. If I haven't, then I will go back and put it in there. I know that there's a link, cecilearmstrong.com/links, and you can get there on my links page. And
Mm,
so, I don't know, people love it. We follow the same 4 pillars for making equity a habit, for sustaining social justice with self-care, know your facts, undo the work, and rest and celebrate. But this is completely targeted towards having one-on-one discussions with people who are racism deniers, Holocaust deniers, people who don't believe that sexism is a thing, people that you love and care about who just do not want to face the facts. So we talk about whether or not it's possible to get through to them, what kind of signs to look for, or whether or not you want to put your energy into this conversation. And then if you decide yes, we talk about how to take the steps to make it happen so that you aren't just like arguing and talking to a brick wall. And it's not about doing it all at one time and changing somebody's mind just because you sit down and talk one time. It's about, being grounded in yourself, knowing what you want to talk about, and then doing it a little bit at a time because people don't want to hear that they're wrong, you know. But if you talk to them, exploring possibilities, and if you say, "Did you know this?" and you give them a chance to like find things out for themselves because you point them in the right direction, then it's easier to change their mind. And I teach you step by step how to do it, and you work out the things in your workbook, and then we can come together as a group, and you can practice before you go and take it out into the world, and then you can just go do it. And this is how we make the change because a lot of people think that we just need to change the laws and everything's going to be great. Well, we had the civil rights law in 1964 and we're still fighting for those same civil rights right now. But when you get people to change their mind and change their hearts and change their behavior, then that is building up from the bottom up, and that's what changes like society.
mm. I completely agree with you. And as somebody who took this class last year, I just want everybody take take this class. Joe and I were talking about it last night because he was listening on Meditations for Persistence, and he was like, "Oh,"
Mhm.
he perked up. I was like, "Babe, you'd love this class." And what he was thinking is not just friends and family, but coworkers.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Well, I
Because,
call it friends
don't
and family, but let's talk about coworkers in the
right?
group. Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
so, and when I really appreciated it, I mean, in addition to the content last year, which was fabulous, Cecile, I really appreciated the bite size and the way that, you know, I don't know about y'all, but I'm on a lot of Zooms. And so it was nice to have
Mhm.
it in the audio format, and I could listen to it when I was on the way to a client or I was on the way to teach a class. And that really worked well for people who are on the go. And
I got a lot of good feedback about that, and it was easier
mhm,
on me too as the teacher. It was easier on me to
mhm.
pre-record and then just post it for the day, and then we could get in the group and talk about it, on the blog
Mhm,
posts.
mhm, and it was
Mhm.
really effective, like, there was a sense of community, there was a sense of support, and you, as always, as a leader, if we have questions or comments, you're just so responsive, so yes,
Aw,
yes,
thank you.
yes, I am glad that you are doing it again, and I think Joe's signing up for sure, so,
Oh, wow.
so that'll be fun.
Awesome.
Yep,
Thank you.
yeah. Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Thanks for that. All right. So, like I said, if you have any questions, you can go to cecilearmstrong.com/friends and family or cecilearmstrong.com/links, and it will be there as one of the links. So, let's talk about our other possibility of becoming Amazon best-selling authors. You're already a best-selling author on Amazon, but it'll be my first time. So you'd be a best-selling author twice.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. So we revealed the book cover last week on our
Hmm.
training, and it's coming, y'all. At the end of this month, on the 27th, you will be able to purchase the Women Connected in Wisdom book. It is a book that it has resource stories and resources rooted in the 8 dimensions of wellness. And we have 18 incredible authors, Cecile being one of them, that share their experience. And it is going to be it's going to be fun. Like, it's going to be one of those books that you read and you're like, oh, I want to know this person, or oh, I want to connect with this person. And I am connected to all 18 of these authors, and they are phenomenal.
Well, I'll
Phenomenal.
just say networking and connecting is Christine's superpower. She knows any and everybody that you need to know. And so to be invited to be in this book means that you are I don't know, I just feel special because I know how many people you know.
Thank you,
And so
my friend.
for you to think that what I want to say should be included in this book, I was just like, "Oh, I feel so special." Because I'm telling you, when I
Absolutely.
say she knows everybody, I mean this woman knows everybody.
Probably not everybody, but I know somebody that knows somebody.
Well, every group that we're in together, when you're not there and we're trying to figure out who we need to find, we say, "Christine knows."
I think that's my background as a master level social worker, right? It's like, if I don't have the resource, I'm gonna find that resource for you, because
Mhm,
that's what I believe in. It's a part of my purpose in the world, is to connect
mhm.
people and get them to resources that they need. And to
Yeah,
me, information, like, how do we do this? How do we stay well? How do we stay in balance, or as close to balance as we can.
mhm.
Stacey Abrams, in her book Lead from the Outside, talks about it being life work Jenga, not really balance,
Right,
but
right.
but how do we
Mhm,
know all the pieces? Because sometimes we don't, like, we learned one piece growing up, but we didn't learn the other.
mhm,
Like,
mhm.
we may be really good at social wellness, but we may not be great at financial wellness. So, like, who do we need to
Right.
know, or what skills do we need to have to talk about that? And so I am just thrilled. I am thrilled that it has come together. These authors have been working most of the year on this book,
Mhm,
and we're really proud of
mhm,
it. And it drops on
mhm,
the 27th. And then I'm really excited, because then about a month later, October 26th, we're having a Women Connected in Wisdom virtual conference. And
mhm.
you will have access to all the speakers, all the authors and
Yes.
speakers. And
Mhm.
so it's a big deal. It's exciting, and yeah, anybody that's
I
done a
think
launch, it's a lot.
it is a lot, and I think it might be helpful for our watchers to know what are the 8 dimensions of wellness.
Oh, I love that question. Yeah.
Mhm,
So, physical wellness is the one that most in our dominant culture think about when you think about wellness, right? So
mhm,
there's physical wellness, there's emotional and mental wellness, there's social wellness, there's occupational wellness, there's environmental wellness, there's
Mhm.
financial wellness, there's intellectual wellness,
I think you put emotional
and
and mental together.
no, there's one more because we do put
There's one
them
more?
together, and I
Oh,
always
okay.
do this. I always go like, "Oh, spiritual wellness, of course." So there's spiritual wellness.
Okay.
So I
Mhm.
always get 7, and I'm like, "Ooh, I know them all, but which one did I not name?" Right? And so, yes. So, all the dimensions of wellness, like
Mhm.
it's all these things. And through interplay, I like to do things in incremental steps. I like to break them down
Mhm.
because sometimes it
Mhm.
feels really overwhelming when you think, "Oh, I got too much to
Or if
do
you
to
think
be
about
well,"
all 8,
right?
yeah. Mhm.
Right? But then when you break them down and you're like, "Okay, what they're talking about is this. Oh, I already do that." You probably already
Mhm.
do a lot of the steps, but
Mhm.
sometimes we get, like right now, we're in the middle of this book launch, we're in the middle. So I'm leading more with occupational wellness. So
Right.
my environmental wellness, like my house, may not be in as good as shape. So what do I need support on or resources on? Or, how
Mhm.
do we do this work life Jenga? How do we do that? And
Mhm.
yeah, so that's what we talk about. We talk about on the podcast every week, and then this
Mhm.
book is bringing together these experts and their knowledge and their resources and their connections, and they're going to have free gifts for you. And yeah, I mean it's exciting. Like
Yeah, I
I'm
think the gift bags are gonna be worth it. I mean, it's a free conference and you get a gift bag?
Right. Well, the free conference part, you get a digital gift bag, and then if you're
Right,
part of
that's
the
what I'm talking about.
VIP, you're going to get a in-person gift bag. So
Ooh, I didn't know about
yeah,
the in-person gift
yeah.
bag. Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. So it's good. Yeah, and first the book comes out, and that's the 27th, the same day. I love that it's dropping the same day as your class. I'm like, whoa, that September
That
27th is a good day.
Yeah, when I saw that they were both happening on the same day, at first I was like, that's a lot." And then I was like, "No, that fits."
Right? It really does.
Mhm.
I mean, I think we'll talk about that on the way on our social media on the way to it. So,
Well, I
yeah.
had planned to have both of them at the same time, so
Well, and
yeah, because this is
that's
social wellness, how to talk being able to talk to your friends and family and coworkers and
the
whoever about oppression and shift their thinking and their hearts and minds and all of that. That is social wellness,
Yeah, and
that's what
I
it is.
would say, it's probably emotional and mental wellness too. Because,
Yes.
if you've ever had that feeling, like somebody says something and you don't know what to say, or
Mhm.
like you feel it in your body, like it gets stuck. Like,
Mhm.
and if you don't have the skills to do it, then it gets stuck in your body. And then you don't feel good
Yeah.
about yourself, or you think about it, or you ruminate on it for 3 or 4 days.
Mhm.
Whereas you take this class, you know what to say. It just rolls off your tongue. And then you don't think about it. Right. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, because you
I
did what you
had
can do.
this, I had this happen. I've been on this path hardcore for probably the last 6 years with racial justice and equity,
Mhm.
and being a part of your class, being a part of your community. And I was home recently, and it something popped up. And my dad is one of the people who taught me to be anti-racist. And he's
Mhm.
still a white man that was raised in Texas. So some things that he's not even conscious about pop up. And
Mhm.
so I was home, and I think I told you this story.
I don't
Um,
know.
we're watching the news, and he says, "Her hair is kind of weird." And I said, and the old me would have either not said something or gotten really nervous and funky. And me having these skills now, I was just really calmly, I was like, "Yeah, Dad, that is black natural hair. This is what women's hair looks like if they're not trying to conform to white dominant culture and have to spend hundreds of dollars and remake themselves to where people like us are comfortable. That's what her natural hair looks like." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And just kept right on rolling. But right, it was such a like he wasn't even conscious of why he thought her hair was weird, right? Because for
Mhm.
years the
Mhm.
anchors on TV have had to subscribe to a certain you have to look
Right.
this way, right?
Right.
And he
Mhm.
wasn't even aware that that was a racist comment. Like he just,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
so the old me would have been really nervous about saying something.
Mm.
And after
Mhm.
all this work, I mean, I didn't think about it until later. And I was like, "Oh, wow. Okay."
That's awesome.
Then
That's
right?
awesome, and it should be that easy. It should be that easy
Yeah.
to just say, "Hey, this is what it is," you know?
Right? Absolutely. And I think that's the part what I love about your model is you know your facts. You're not just blowing smoke. You're like, this is why. And it's not a fight. It's not a
No.
like, hey, this is, you know, and what is also I found in this work for the last couple of years is, a lot of times when people don't say something, it's out of fear or it's out of
Right.
they're not sure of the reaction.
Mhm.
And so much of it is how you say it. And like, I mean, it was
Mhm.
just, and he was like, oh, okay. And we just kept riding.
Mhm. Right, right. I was gonna point that out. The way you said it was just like matter of fact, and it was like
Yeah.
not trying to put somebody down for not knowing. It's just like, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like,
I am
oh,
getting a signal that my Wi-Fi is not that strong.
okay.
So if I'm blinking out, that's why
So
it's
far, you're
popping up.
good. But,
Okay.
well, you go for it.
I was just going to say, I think all of this ties in together really nicely. I am so excited about the book. And anybody who is watching or listening, I want to invite you to just keep a lookout on our social media because we are going to be talking about it. And then when we do the launch on September 27th, we are going to be live on social media for all day,
Who
hours. We're going
knows?
to be
Who
talking
knows?
about it and inviting you to be one of the first purchasers of the book. We are going to be doing a
Right.
really big push on the 27th and 28th.
And we're
Um,
going to have all kinds of free goodies. So, like,
yes.
most of the women in the book have incredible communities. They have
Hmm.
resources. They have things for you that are just yummy. Like,
I'm
I
excited to get some of the things from the other authors.
right, right. It's like, oh, me too, me too. What I really love is because it's all going to be in one place. So you're
Hmm.
like, oh, that's
Yeah, you don't
easy.
have to go 18 places to find it. You just go to one.
You remember that, Staples button where you used to be able to press and go, "That was
Yeah, that
easy."
was
I
easy.
need I need to get one of those. I used to have one on my desk years ago, but I love that button. That was
I have
easy.
one somewhere. I don't know where it is though.
Yeah, I'm grateful. I mean,
Hmm.
it's all what I'm about doing it in community and that we don't have to do it by
Hmm.
ourselves. And it really,
Yes.
just like this morning laughing, like y'all, if you could see our to-do list, y'all be like, what are y'all laughing about? But
Right.
it does make it easier when we're doing it community and we're doing it with each other and
Mhm.
just connected to incredible people who can help your dreams come true, really, like of
Yeah.
changing the world. So
Right. And so I just want to pop up one more time and just remind people if you're interested in the book, Women Connected in Wisdom, you can go
mhm.
to the website. You can find out more about the book. You can register now for the conference that starts
Mhm.
October 26th. If you are interested at all in how to talk to your friends and family, you can find that information at cecilearmstrong.com/friends and family. It's got dashes in there. And then if you are interested in um, following my blog or finding out more about my website or anything like that, you can find all of that at cecilearmstrong.com/blog. Yes,
How do
ma'am.
they sign up to join us in the Inspired by Indigo community? They go to your
Oh,
website?
yeah. If you go to my website, if you go to not blog, but dash links, you'll see it'll say Inspired by Indigo. Or if you go to cecilearmstrong.com/inspired by Indigo, it's there. If you go to the front page, cecilearmstrong.com, and scroll down to the bottom, and it's got all the levels for joining down at the bottom.
I love that.
So,
Y'all come
yeah.
join us. Come join us. It's
Yeah.
worth it, right? It's worth it.
Yes.
So,
All right, my friend. I know we've both got plenty of stuff that we need to be working on, and
right?
I'm hoping that a day will come back and join us sometime soon. So, a
Yes,
day, if you're watching, we miss you. We love
we
you.
missed you, right? He made yeah, yeah, the women connected in wisdom. He gave me a little pushback about that, but, he is definitely connected in wisdom with us, and
Yes,
we
he
love you.
is. All right, y'all. As always, I'm sending you fierce love, and we'll see you next time.
Until then.